Hello. Alright, I was just doing my regular filing and keeping my records up to date. Wanted to talk about how I do that, because being in this career is actually a lot of scheduling. It's about setting appointments. It's a lot of reminders and follow-ups, and it can get pretty overwhelming because it's lots of different parties involved, different clients, and on top of that, there's team members and agents that I have to follow up on, and different groups. So it was a lot of challenge. So throughout the way, I have figured out things that helps me get my life on track, basically. So I wanted to share a little bit about that, and these are just normal apps that you can just download on your phone, and just simple ways that maybe you haven't thought about using it for. So one of the things that I use a lot of is actually WhatsApp. It's on top of it being a text tool. I actually use it a lot to remind me. What I used to do was I used to use that Notes app. On the iPhone, we have the Notes app that you can write text and all that. So I used to use a lot of that to write the stuff that I need to do, like call this guy, meet this person, renew this, and all that, right? So I used to do that text a lot, but I realized that I only use that text thing for that specifically, so I end up not checking it often enough, and so it gets lost anyway. So one day I just thought about it. It's like, what do I use every day all the time? It's WhatsApp. So what I did was I started a new group with myself and Min. So started a group with just the two of us, and immediately kicked her out of the group. So what I got was an empty group. So I thought about this idea because all this old WhatsApp groups, and people start leaving, and then you're the only one, you're the admin. It's kind of awkward. But that gave me the idea of starting a group for myself. So I started a new group, invited Min and kicked her out, and I just named it Reminders. So what I have is I have a reminder group, which I write down the stuff that I need to follow up on. This is of course a prompt, and the other thing that I do with it is I put that group as the pin. So I pin that group up, so it's always on top regardless of what messages are. So it's always at the top of my page, the reminders, and every time I open, I'm reminded to open that and check what do I have to do. Hey Madi, what's up? So it's just like a simple thing as call this person or meet that now. Don't forget to print this, send that. So it's just little reminders over there, and it's only the things that are outstanding. And when it's done, I just delete it. I just delete it from there. So it's always just things that are still pending. If there's a new update, I tap a new update. Let's say something before, right? So there's new thing to do for that. Write the new thing, delete the old one, and so it's always fresh and it's not cluttered with all the rubbish that I don't need. This has been very helpful for me. A little funny, but how I stumbled upon it, but it's been very good because I see it every single time, and WhatsApp is what I use all the time. So don't forget to just name it something catchy and then pin it up on top. The other thing that I use a lot of is Google Calendar, and this was because I did a lot of scheduling on my laptop. So from there I can just use my Google Calendar, and it's synced to my phone. And of course, calendar obviously is going to be good, right? But what I do with this is I save all the holidays straight up, because being in this career, sometimes we lose track on the holidays because there's no holidays. We don't get holidays, right? We just get breaks whenever we kind of plan it out, right? So I needed to know when the holidays was, because suddenly alamak, today holiday, then I go to the office and it's closed, right? So I save all the holidays, and I key in all of the regular meetings that I have. So like my weekly team meeting, my weekly one-on-one review session with my team members, my weekly BNI meetings. So all of the things that I know is going to happen for the foreseeable future, I key it in straight up and then just set it for the rest of the year. And I color code it based on the group that is part of. So all of my BNI related meetings is a certain color. All of my AIA related meetings is a certain color. and all of the like my other property investment group is like our weekly meetings is also a different color. So when I see that, I know that those are the regular ones and it's related to that. And something else that is like maybe appointments or new people that I need to meet is all in a completely different color, so that after a while, right, you kind of like ignore the stuff that's regular, so you start looking at the colors that are different from there. So you know, like, okay, this is very urgent, this is very important. So that color coding has helped me a lot, because it's reading all the text when it's full. So if you look at my calendar, it's all quite colorful lah. So it's colorful, it's like all this different stuff depending on what it is, and that's been very helpful as well. And sometimes when I need to call someone because maybe we are good at the moment and they say, okay, not right now, can you please call me later, call me tomorrow or something, I just set alarms on the calendar so that, okay, 15 minutes before and like half an hour before, there's 2 alarms, call this person at that time, so that it gives me a bit of time to kind of prepare and set up in my mind what I wanted to talk to this person about, as opposed to like, okay, call at 10 o'clock and then 10 o'clock call them, like, oh yeah, what do I want to talk about? So I kind of like set it like 15 minutes and half an hour before, so that I can refresh my mind and get whatever materials or things I wanted to say ready, so that by the time I call, it'll be smooth lah. So that has been very helpful for me. And the other thing that I use, which has been a huge lifesaver, is Dropbox. So Dropbox, when you sign up right now, if I'm not mistaken, the size is not big, so you can either pay for the service, but for me, I'm cheap, so I just did all the things that they asked to do to increase your quota. So I invited a lot of people, and like, you know, invite myself even sometimes to get increase the quota. So I have a pretty big size for Dropbox, and so I have like all of the different folders and files that I need in there. So for example, I have a folder for every single client. Every time I have a new client, I open a new folder under my client filing, and inside will be their policy details, and if let's say there's some kind of a medical report or all of their documentations when they applied, I keep it in those respective folders, so that it can be referred to easily the next time. So let's say I'm going to meet someone again for their review, everything is there. Let's say someone's asking me about a policy, hey, you know, am I covered for this, how much is that? When you have lots of clients, you're going to forget, you're not going to remember each single person what they take, right? So you need to refer to it very quickly. We can refer it on our portal, on our agent portal, but keeping this filing is a bit easier because it's all files, right? So you can kind of keep it in your own way. So I have that for each one of them, and I also have a folder for all of the brochures and marketing materials from AIA and all of the training slides. Because off the cuff, people can ask me lots of things. Sometimes this product you can only take up to 65. This product you can only take up until 70 years old. After that, cannot take. And then the tables and all that. So you might not remember all those little minor details. You know it overall. And someone might ask, hey, my dad is 69. Can he still take it? And you're like, okay, is that 65 or 70? So you don't remember, right? So you want to refer to it. I have all of it in a specific folder so that I can be like, okay, check this product, look at what it is done. Then I can send it immediately. If it's something a bit more heavy and they want to know more, screenshot and I send it, or export it to WhatsApp and send the PDF to them. So it's a lot faster as opposed to me, let me get back to you, and then I have to go home and go filter through it. That takes a lot of time, and oftentimes you forget because you know you just life gets in the way. But when I have it immediately with me and I have it all in a folder and I can easily export it out, I tend to be able to respond faster. And that's what people want, because in the heat of the moment, or they think about it at the moment, they want to know then. If you get back to them later, they'll be like, okay, I guess I'm not really into it. So that's what I have. And even forms, sometimes when you want to do amendments or something that changes, so we need forms, I have it all inside there as well. And actually we don't use a lot of paper. That's what I like about AIA, because all of the submissions, when we meet clients, it's all done via the iPad. We get the iPad, we sign on it, and you submit. And even the forms as well, I don't really need to print it out because I can have it signed on the iPad. So what I do is I export it, the PDF, into my iBooks, and then I just get them to sign it on there and then submit, and AIA accepts that. So that's awesome. So I don't have to carry a bunch of forms with me. I just carry my iPad. I mean, even all I need to change also is inside there. So it's easy for me to just refer as opposed to for me to just download. And I also have like a folder for all of those, my general insurance business. So there's like renewals for people who take travel insurance annually, and people who renew their car insurance with me or their fire insurance with me, right? So all of those have deadlines, and I have it in terms of like the dates that is due. So I just have to check. I usually do my checking for that like twice a month. So I check for that, okay, this one is not due, or again later in the afternoon, okay. By towards the end of the month, early month, and end of the month is when I usually check. So I know that this is due, so that I can remind my client, hey, this one is due next month, or this one is due the month after. And that's very important. If not, people might go somewhere else, you know. Like it's all about reminding them. If they don't know, or they just don't think about that, and so like, oh shit, I need to renew my car insurance, then they even forget who they took it with or whatever, then they're just gonna do whatever's convenient. So that is very important for what I do, for my business. If it's relevant to you, you can do that as well. I also have a separate Excel with all that dates lah, but I have that file specifically because some people, they want to see it. Hey, I don't have my previous cover note. Did I take windscreen or not? Stuff like that. So I can just forward it back to them. Hey, this is what you took before. Do you want to add in or things like that, right? I also have like other documentations lah, like my commission statements and all of the important things like scanned IC, all of the annual reports, all the tax returns, tax filing, certificates or whatever reason. So it's all in there, all nicely, properly scanned inside one Dropbox folder. Even my passport is already in there. So if I ever have a situation where, okay, you need to submit this, submit that, for example, going to apply for credit card ke, ataupun apply for anything like apply for loan, they need all that kind of stuff, right? All of it is inside there. I just have to like export from my Dropbox and email it to them. Attach, PDF, send it to them, and it's all done. So Dropbox has been a huge lifesaver. I love it lah. I mean, you can of course use any of the other cloud providers, you know, iCloud or whatever. But I was familiar with Dropbox first, that's why I'm a loyal Dropbox user. So I have it all there, all of my filings, even like my own materials that I do, or like when I run trainings, I need some videos to show, right? When I do my regular trainings, it's all inside there. I can open it anywhere. If I ever forget to bring my laptop, or suddenly need impromptu, hey, can you talk about this? Hey, can you share a little bit about that? I don't have to be like, oh sorry, I don't bring my laptop, I'm sorry, I don't bring my pen drive. I can just be like, hey, no problem, just log in, go to my Dropbox, download the files that I need, and it's already there. So I can do impromptu and like off the cuff presentations and have the information whenever required. So try to be as light and not bring and carry with me too many things at all times, but still be able to deliver whenever I need to. So those are that's three things that has been very useful for me. If you have something that you do, some other apps or technology that you use that helps you in reminding, in reminding or helps with your daily life, I would really appreciate it for you to share with me so that I can maybe incorporate it into my life, because I really memang have to schedule everything. I need to like set my week planned out nicely. So if you have any other great tips, do share with me. If this has been helpful to you, do share this as well so that maybe other people can learn from it. If you have any other questions for me, you can write it below. That's it for me. You guys have a great weekend. Heading off to Penang over the weekend. Got some stuff to sort out. Should be fun. I haven't gone back there since my operation. So yeah, expecting lots of good food. You guys have a good weekend. Take care. Bye. Do this. Yep.